Hello, sir. Hello, family.
All right, how we doing?
We're alive against our will or desire.
I don't like the socks. I'm Alex.
I'm Kaitie. Long term.
Open to short.
Yeah, because I'm long term and you're open to short.
Debatable. Okay, what are we going to talk about today? We had a myriad of topics in our note. Everything from skiing versus snowboarding to
Yeah, let's start off with that one.
You want to start
because
off
I was
yeah, why did you put that on the list?
Because I was having a conversation with my brothers and my cousins they're all males and they're all like older. My brother. Yeah. Well, cousins, you know, I have all guy cousins pretty much. Shut up. XY chromosomes only in my family for some reason besides me. And they were talking about, like, we all used to be snowboarders when we were younger. Not, like, consistently, but that's what we learned how to do. But my brother's, like, after, you know, the age of 30, you have to just switch to skiing. It's more of the adult thing to do. And I'm just, like, thinking to myself, skiing, like, watching a guy ski is not attractive to me. I don't know what it is. Skiing, you could be really hot, but, man, I don't know what it is about skiing, but it's just, like, it's not cute. It almost gives me the ick. I don't know why.
I feel like women think snowboarding is hotter.
Yeah. I wonder why, though.
But I feel like men think skiing is hotter for women. I don't know, actually. Because I feel like women who snowboard is like, they're the cool chick.
Yeah, they're the cool,
they're like
edgy
the surfer, like Billabong.
Yeah. Whereas the snowboarder or the skier is more of like the prim and proper, you know.
The skier is more like, well, money. My family has a house in Aspen.
Yeah, I feel like skiing is like considered a wealthier, rich white person sport.
I mean, both of them take an incredible amount of skill.
Yes, they do.
So if
snowboarding is very hard.
Respect.
Yeah, respect if you're good at it. If you're not good at it, like, that's embarrassing. I'm not good at it.
Ouch.
And I actually went...
You're not good at what?
Snowboarding anymore. No. I was never good.
You were good when you were like 5?
No, I was never really good, but I just did it. If you do it consistently, you eventually like kind of get the hang of it. And at one point
I was okay because I used to skateboard.
Oh, so that's kind of... Wow.
It's kind of hot that I used to skateboard.
Skateboarding is
If you knew how bad I was at skateboarding.
Skateboarding is hot. You can look any way you want. Skateboarding will make you 10 times hotter.
Skateboarding was one of those things when I was in middle school where, like, if at the time I had found a genie in a bottle, definitely one of my 3 wishes would have been to be the best skateboarder. Because it was just this, it was like, to me, it was like the coolest skill. Like, I would watch videos of professional skateboarders who could just do these flips and tricks and grinds, and they're like all over public places and parks and, you know, kind of causing a ruckus, and everyone's always like, I got good here. And they got their like wide leg jeans and their ratty t-shirts, and somehow they always like look kind of good.
They always look good.
And they're
just always
like,
hot, I'm telling you.
What like they're so like nonchalant about it, and they just rip it.
They're always so cool. There's something about a skateboarder. It is a distinct personality.
I wanted to be good at skateboarding so bad.
What do you want under there?
I wanted to be good at skateboarding so bad.
What is
probably his duck or his mallard. But that was also when I was in my Zoomies era, which was a rough time for me. I had a long hair. I wore skinny jeans.
Dude, my brothers they were such posers. They would shop at Zoomies, but neither one of them could skateboard. They played hockey and they could like roller skate, but they could not skateboard.
I could roller skate.
They dressed the part.
I was pretty good at roller skating.
Did you ever play hockey?
No, I played roller hockey.
Oh, that's cool. My cousin played roller hockey.
But I would get made fun of for being a poser. It was almost... I was in a situation where it was almost worse because I was all in. I had the skateboard. I would go to Zoomies. I would build my skateboard. I knew like the different brands of decks, grip tape, trucks, bearings, wheels.
All right.
I built the whole skateboard. I had all the clothes. I had the skinny jeans. I had the DCs and the Etnies and the Fallen shoes. I watched
You're
skateboard
acting like
videos.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, people who used to and or do skate America shoes that start with an E. Like, I had all of it, but I could like barely even kickflip. Like I could do like 2 tricks. I could ollie. I could barely kickflip. I could kick like maybe 1 out of 10 tries I could land.
Why weren't you good at it?
That was the most difficult thing because I would literally practice. And it was almost such the antithesis of what it felt like to be a skateboarder. Like, just like we were saying, right? Like, skateboarders don't practice. They just, you just think that they fucking like throw the board on the ground and all of a sudden they just do these.
They do practice.
No, I know. It's just, it was so frustrating.
Where would you practice? Like at the skate park?
In my driveway, at the skate park.
You just couldn't get a hang of
it? I lived on a dead end street.
You couldn't get the hang of it. I wonder if it's like a skill that people are born with. You're either born with
Honestly,
it or not.
I think it is.
Damn.
Because I would practice and practice and I gave it, and it wasn't one of those things where I tried it for 3 or 6 months and then I threw in the towel like a little kid thing. I was on the Zoomies skateboarder life for all of middle school. All of middle school, I was a skateboarder. And I never got the hang of it.
Because I feel like you would be very persistent with it.
I was
like knowing your
super
personality.
persistent.
That's a question for the audience. Any skateboarders? Ooh, I would love to have a little skateboarding audience.
Yeah, why don't you grind on over?
Grind on me. What?
What?
I don't fucking know.
What?
Is skateboarding just like a natural skill that you're born with? Like somebody who can sing, somebody who's a good singer.
100%.
Just natural.
I think so.
Or is it something that you can practice? Alex is.
I feel like you could practice to proficiency, but to be truly great, it's natural.
So we want to know, God, I hope this reaches a population of skateboarders because I have a crush on all of you. Is skateboarding, wait, hold on, way off topic. We're talking about skiing and snowboarding. Where the fuck did we get skateboarding?
Because I said that I was halfway decent at snowboarding because I used to skate.
Oh yeah, okay, 2 questions then. Skateboarding, natural instinct, or is it something that you can practice? Could Alex pick it up again and start becoming a skateboarder? Yeah,
should I give it a shot again?
Should
in
he
my
try
infinite
again?
free time? Should I buy a skateboard and start practicing again? He's the busiest person
Oh no, that was probably a bad idea that Larry.
No,
he's look at him. Skiing and snowboarding, what is more attractive?
Yeah, ladies.
If you're a skier or if you're a snowboarder. For me, I believe that a male should only snowboard. Women, you can do whatever you want as per usual. Let us know. Is a male that there's on Hinge, that is a huge thing.
Really?
It is. It's like golf.
A lot of guys skiing.
So many, and it's always like the hot guys. And the second I see that they're skiers, I'm like, I don't know if I'm into that. Also, I think it's probably a little bit of an insecurity on my part because I know that I will not be able to partake really in those activities because I'm not a good snowboarder and I do not know how to skate. So whenever I see that, I'm kind of just like, probably X. Although I could just like sit in the lodge and like look cute and sip hot toddies or something.
Yeah.
I could do that, but that's no fun.
Ski/snowboard outfits, very, very hot. Very cute.
Yes.
The jumpsuit, bodysuit ones. For dudes, not. No, for women. I'm speaking from my perspective.
Oh, for women. Okay, sorry. Yes, for women, absolutely. Women look adorable in any type of ski or snowboard attire. Men,
just
in
really
a onesie,
any winter clothing. Honestly, like anything that is made.
We love the snow bunnies.
Well, that's a derogatory term.
Why
that means
is it
something different?
Is it a derogatory term?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, in the context that you meant it, it wasn't because you were talking about. You were referring to a
like the fashion, the aesthetic of a woman who spends time skiing or snowboarding.
Is a derogatory term. You didn't know that?
What does it mean? Why is it derogatory?
It means a white girl that specifically goes for black athletes.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Or what black men that are typically like
no more
rapper, athlete.
No.
Yes.
Can you put
You've
that
never
in
heard the
that
term snow buddy in a rap song?
No. I had no idea.
Or like
I thought a snow buddy was
let me put it this way.
Like whoever a girl that loves
let me put it this way.
Ski slopes.
Let me put it this way. Whoever the best black player on the Penn State football team when you were at Penn State, if there were super hot white sorority chicks trying to sleep with him, they would have been referred to as snow bunnies. Oh, I'm telling
I've
you.
never heard of it used that way. I've only heard it used literally in terms of like skiing and snowboarding.
Perhaps it's got multiple meanings. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
I'm gonna Google it.
Okay. Let us know in the comments. I'm so sleepy today.
What does snow bunny mean?
See all the texts I have.
Originally, it refers to a woman who goes to a ski resort or frequents the slopes.
Yeah, see, I told you.
However, in pop culture, it is sometimes used as a cutesy or affectionate term for an attractive white woman. Within some communities, it can refer to a white woman who dates or prefers black men.
Oh, okay.
In some contexts, it can also be slang for a woman who uses cocaine. So we've got 4 meanings.
Okay.
Women who frequent ski resorts or slopes. Cutesy or affectionate term for attractive white women, especially one who embraces winter fashion.
Yeah,
Within some communities, it can refer to a white woman who dates or prefers black men. In some contexts, it can be slang for a woman who uses cocaine. And now let me belabor the point. Snow bunny.
No.
So we were both right. Look at that.
Wow.
You were kind of more right because it was 2 of the 4 definitions fell into your category.
Actually, yeah.
Are you a snow bunny? No, but seriously. No, I'm just kidding.
No, snowboarders and snow bunnies, hit us up. Slide in those DMs. Snow bunnies for him, skateboarders and snowboarders for me. Skiers, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're like really, really good, I feel like if you're really good at anything, it's attractive.
Agreed, 100%.
So if you're like a really, really good skier and you're like going off slopes and doing twists and flips and turns.
If she says she needs space, does
Oh my God, yes, this is a great one.
Okay.
If a female, sorry, we don't like that word. If you're a lady, a woman, a straight woman,
I don't have a problem with that word. I just don't like referring to women as females.
All right, it's if you're a girl.
You're a girl.
If you are just a.
You're just a girl.
If you're just a girl, and you are talking to a man, it could be a situationship, it could be a boyfriend, it could be a fiance, it could be a husband, it could be an ex, and you're saying you're like kind of getting hot and bothered about something, you're a little angry, you're a little frustrated, and you kind of just say, you know what, I need space from you right now, like, don't talk to me. From my personal experience, maybe because I'm batshit fucking crazy, I don't want space. If I'm saying that I want space, guess what? We don't want space. And I actually have a great example. So my therapist told me, because I've said this to him before, if a woman says that she wants space, no, she doesn't. And he actually...
Your therapist said that to you?
No, I said it to him.
Oh.
And he used it on one of his clients. One of his clients was talking about like how his girlfriend or whatever was saying that she needed space. And he was talking to my therapist about it. And my therapist was like, you know, one of my clients, she said, if a woman says that she wants space, no, she doesn't. Don't give her that space. And lo and behold, he did not give her space. And it like worked out amazingly. And because she didn't want the space.
I think you should get a free session.
I should get a free session for that.
You should be like, yo, what's good? I'm doing your job.
She didn't want the space. So men, advice for you, if she says that she wants space, that is your cue to do the opposite of give her space. And, you know, don't be like aggressive and mean and defensive and be like, well, why? What's wrong with you? Like, don't be like that. Just be like loving and pushy in a loving way, you know? Be like, well, what's wrong? You know, I want you to be able to talk to me. And
I do feel like...
Don't leave her alone. Even if she takes a long time to answer, like, that's just her being moody. And, like, that's her trying to, like, show you. Like, I'm going to show you. Like, I said I wanted space. Like, no, we don't. We don't want space. We want you to, like, try. We want you to show effort and that you care. That's all we want at the end of the day. We want somebody to just show that they...
I do feel like sometimes it's kind of a test. It's like...
It's a test.
Fight for me.
That is Alex said it beautifully. That's exactly what it is. It is a test.
Like if I
and
tell
we
you I
to
want
be fought
space
for
and
it.
then you're just like, okay, then
Yeah.
it's like you
No.
just failed.
I hate that. Yeah, exactly. That's
Like,
exactly
fight
what
for
it
me
is.
a little bit. Like
Yes.
why are
Don't you want to know why?
Why are you so willing to just let
me
me have space? Like don't you want to be like?
Because men are so literal. Men are just like, well, you said you wanted space, right? Of course I did, but that's not what I meant. Well, okay, well then the guy could say, well, how am I supposed? I'm supposed to read your mind. How am I supposed to know that's what you meant? But for anybody that watches this, we get what, like 2,000 views. If there are 2,000 men that watch this, don't give her space and let me know. Come back and let me know how that went. But don't be a dick about it.
I feel like generally that's true, except when it's not. And what I mean by that is I do feel like there is a minority of women who
are very clear in their communication.
Like when they say it, they're actually get the fuck away from me. And only you.
Yeah, there are women like that, absolutely.
Can know that that's your lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. And that's tough, and I feel like maybe that's why guys will most of the time give the space, because they're scared of that one. But I also think they actually do want it.
I also think to your point though, it's kind of in the way it's communicated. I feel like if a woman is telling me I need some space, that's kind of the test, the fight for me. But if she says it more like, hey, I'm like having a moment, I just need some time with my thoughts, or, hey, I need to think through some things, like I'll text you later. I guess I'm being too specific, but the point I'm trying to make is there's different ways I think women ask for space, and sometimes they don't actually mean that they want it, and sometimes they mean that they do. I've
never once asked for space and needed it or wanted it unless I don't like you. And then that's just like my out. That's just kind of like my out. But if I'm, let's say like if there are obvious cues that she really likes you and she tells you that she really likes you.
Well, like if it's your fiance.
Oh, well, obviously, fiance, boyfriend, like defined relationship, yes. If she's saying that she wants space and, she says it in a way that's like almost just like trying to prove a point. Like, I don't need you. I'm gonna take space. You can go over there, go touch grass. I'm gonna take my space. Like, she doesn't.
I feel like that's one of those things that happens when you're dating someone for a period of time where it's not a short period, but it's not a long period. And then you find something out about them that you didn't think was true from a point in their life when you didn't technically have the right to be upset, but you kind of still feel lied to. And they're just like, I need some space to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened.
That's a great example. Where you were the one that needed the space, or
No. The other person did.
Give me the example.
She found out that before we became exclusive, but after we met, I was still swiping on the apps.
Okay.
So like we had met on an app.
That just bothered her.
We we moved from the app to real life. We were texting, we were FaceTiming, but we hadn't had the conversation that we were exclusive. Once we became exclusive, all of that stopped.
Who was this?
This is my ex.
Oh, your ex-ex?
Yeah. Okay. My ex-ex. And you know what? I actually used to be salty about this, but now I just think it's kind of funny and I give her credit. She tricked me. She found it out through a trick. Because one day she was like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I was like, oh no, what happened? And she was like, you told me you weren't going to be on the apps anymore, but you matched with a friend of a friend. And the girl that you matched with told one of her friends, and that girl is my friend. And she was like, wait, that looks like the guy that my friend is talking to. And it got back to me. And so by virtue of her saying that, I was like, because I was still swiping on the apps because we hadn't had the exclusivity conversation yet, because I was essentially hedging my bet. Granted, this was 6 years ago and I was much more immature and insecure and just not like a grown man yet. I immediately, because I never lie, especially if I'm being called out. Like, what's the point of lying if you're being called out for something you did? So I immediately was like, okay, I was still swiping. I didn't know what was going to happen with us. We're long distance. Like, I'm afraid, honestly, that I'm going to kind of get my heart broken. So I was hedging my bet, blah, blah, blah. And then she sort of did the whole, like, I need some space. I need to think about if this is worthwhile. We got over it. It was totally fine. I immediately proved to her after that I had stopped swiping. A few weeks went by. We became exclusive. A few weeks or months later, we became boyfriend, girlfriend, and then we had a 4.5-year relationship. I found out way later, like in between year 1 or year 2 of the relationship, that was a total bluff. She made up the whole story just to see if I would admit it. Like, remember that trend that was going around a few years ago where girls would be like, do you have something to tell me? To their boyfriends. Just to see, like, what they say.
They're just setting them up because they're usually doing something wrong.
Yeah. So she, do you have something to tell me? And then
Smart.
and when I found that out, I was like,
So were you like, now I need space?
No. I was salty.
So she took the space at that time because you were still swiping, and she's like, I just need space. But she didn't really want the space. She wanted you to
She just
scramble.
she just wanted to make me feel like I was going to lose her. And then, of course,
That's
I
what I
reacted
did.
exactly the
We're
way
so
that
pathetic.
I reacted exactly the way she wanted to. I got very upset. I told her that I didn't want to lose her. I told her that, you know, she's the best thing that I have and that I see like a real future with her, and I'm sorry and I made a mistake and blah, blah, blah. And then we got over it, and then we became boyfriend and girlfriend, and we almost got married.
Do you hear my
But
stomach
the
growling?
reason why I got so salty is because I found out that when she made that bluff, she was still on the apps.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
But it's all's fair because we
That's
weren't
so
exclusive.
hypocritical. Yeah, but why is she gonna get mad at you if she's doing the same shit? I don't love that.
Or I can't remember if it was that she was still on the apps or that I had a moment of really poor insecurity and like scrolled all the way back in her IG DMs to that very same month that she called me out, and I saw like guys DMing her being like, let me take you to dinner, and her being like, oh, haha, maybe.
That's not the same.
I was just super insecure. Like, ultimately what it boils down to is I wouldn't go so far as to say she did anything wrong. I was just super insecure, and I was constantly...
Why were you so insecure?
I don't know. And I was almost... What was weird, as I've reflected on it in my mature, secure, transcendent state, is it was almost like I was looking for morsels of information to validate that I should be insecure. You know? Like, it was almost like...
You felt like she was out of your league or something?
I don't know if it was that I felt like she was out of my league, but almost more projecting back on me, like, deep down, I didn't feel like I was good enough, so I was, like, almost trying to play the victim in a way, like, just wanting to be this, like, sad, hurt, betrayed... It was weird, man. It was weird. It was weird. It was weird.
That's an interesting...
So lame of
do a
me.
deep dive on that.
It was so lame.
Psychoanalysis on that.
And guys, once again, I've made this point before in different ways, and I know it's much easier said than done, and I'm not saying that you just wave a magic wand and it happens, but one of the hottest things you can be is secure.
I'm confident.
I'm telling you,
it
man.
is.
I'm telling you. And you don't
And
need...
for women, too. For women, too.
Oh,
the
for
second
sure.
you show insecurity, like what I did with the previous pod, like, I showed I was insecure, and I showed it, and it was too obvious, and I did the whole let me get space thing, even though I didn't want space, and he gave it to me, which is not what I wanted, but that was also his out. Anyway, the second I showed insecurity, and I wasn't, like, this confident girl that he had been getting to know for a month, where, like, shit doesn't bother me, shit rolls off. The second I showed a little bit of insecurity, like, that's an ick. They don't want that, and that's fair.
True.
So fake.
But I do think there's a difference between insecurity and trust, in the sense of you can be acting in a way that doesn't mean you're insecure, but it does mean that your behavior is stemming from a place where I don't trust you yet.
So Are
For
you saying
example.
that's what I was doing? Or are you saying that I was acting from a place of
I'm not sure.
trust?
I'm not sure because I don't have the full context and I wasn't there.
You do. You have the full context. It was insecurity.
I think it was more insecurity for you.
Yeah.
But like, for
Once
example,
I found
the
out
girl.
he had a big dick, I was like, it's always the big dick ones. They always fuck me. The second I find out you have a big dick, this is also I don't feel like this is appropriate, but it's like
Well endowed.
if you're well endowed, I start to feel like you have this big energy, right? And you know that you have a big and you know that because you have a big and you're attractive, you can literally fuck any female that you want. And once I see that, like I thought he had a micro.
That's true though. Yeah, it is. I can't fuck any female I want, and I'm not complaining.
I'm sure if you whipped it out and showed it to our audience, they would be like, yes.
1 million likes.
The second I found out 1 million likes, Alex shows his dick camera.
1 million likes, I risk my entire professional career and shame.
Actually,
and
I don't know about that. 1 million likes, that doesn't guarantee any form of success for us.
I know, it's just
1 million followers.
It's just such a ridiculous.
How about 1 million followers? 1 million followers, Alex will.
The problem is someone's gonna log this, and if we ever get to 1 million followers, someone's gonna be like, well, "Okay, whip it out now." Whip it out now.
Good. That's
you said you do it.
That's the bet. I want to see it too.
Fine.
Actually, I've seen it, not in person, but I've seen a picture of it.
Fine, 1 million followers.
Okay, 1 million followers, and Alex gets to show his Johnson on television.
But it's gotta be in one channel. It can't be across. It can't be the sum total of all channels. You can't like add YouTube and Instagram and TikTok together. It's got to be any one of them.
Well, Twitter's the one that allows nudity. Instagram does not allow nudity. TikTok does not allow nudity.
But what I'm saying is we would have to post it on Twitter.
Yeah.
But if we got to the but if we got to the 1 million followers on Instagram or TikTok, that would check the box to then go post it on Twitter. Twitter is just the platform in which the promise. Yeah.
So what do we want 1 million TikTok followers or do we want 1 million Instagram followers?
I feel like it's way harder to get 1 million Instagram followers.
Yeah, but also I heard that Instagram, you don't make that much money. Like Instagram doesn't pay you. It's like
in reality, you want 1 million YouTube subscribers. That's really.
If 1 million people subscribe to us on YouTube, Alex will show his on X. You want to see this guy's? Look at him. He's pretty hot. Yeah, so anyway, big make me insecure, I guess, even though every single man that I've dated has a very large which makes me feel good that I attract men with large
Yeah, that's a win. That's a good one.
Too big, because I can't, I get UTIs very easily. My ex, had a massive penis. The one that stole money did not.
The pH imbalance, it gets crazy.
It does when there's micro tears inside of your vagina from having too big of a Is
that why?
Yes.
Some of my partners have gotten the UTI?
Yes. Micro tears or BV. That's bacterial vaginosis, which is also from micro tears. And your microbiome entering our sterile, pristine, perfectly balanced microbiome.
Yep.
So when men are complaining, when they are complaining about your stinking, but they've been fucking you or fingering you consistently without any type of hygiene, it's literally their fault.
Yeah, throw it back on.
Stinks because of you. Wow. That's a hot take.
That is
so you're the reason why.
Unless it stank before you got there.
Unless it stank before you got there, then somebody else is up in there, probably.
Ugh.
Or something.
Yikes.
Definitely. You know what? She's probably fucking some other. I'm thinking about the girl you were telling me about last time. She's probably fucking somebody else if it tasted like that. This is a very, very X-rated episode. So? Yeah.
Do you think maybe it tasted like that because she was very good about only having sex with condoms? So I was getting some sort of like lubricated latex aftertaste.
Yeah, because think about it. Usually you're
Right.
fingering somebody before you're fucking them.
Yeah.
That's still a dirty ass motherfucking hand going into your pristine, clean, perfectly balanced pH environment. Like, I hate that.
What
Like,
if I washed my hand first?
I'll tell people to wash their hands before they do anything sometimes. Or if she's getting eaten out,
What if my mouth is clean?
the mouth is never clean. That's also part of the reason why I don't.
You know,
like
it's
getting
funny
eaten
you
out.
say that because I was seeing a girl once and she wouldn't let me go down on her because she said the same thing. Your mouth is never clean. And it actually really bummed me out because on the one hand, I knew she was biologically, scientifically right. She had a point, but that's just something I
You love it.
love to
We
do
know.
so much. So I was like, yo, you're really not going to let me do it? She was like, no.
That's part of the reason why I don't like it either, because I am a germaphobe. Like,
So you're saying the germaphobe outweighs this sensation
because
potential?
it doesn't feel that good. Like, I would rather use my vibrator. Vibrator's going to
What
do
if
it quicker and more
What
efficiently.
if it did feel like it? But your vibrator's dirty.
No, it's not. It's clean. I clean it every time I use it. And it's not going like
How am I supposed
all
to compete
up
with
in
that?
and around and like your mouth compared to my vibrator. If we did a comparison on a petri dish, like the human mouth is
Oh, for sure.
extremely unclean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if she asks for space, don't give it to her.
So, what we're really trying to say is, yeah, probably don't give it to her.
Wash your
Or
hands
like
before you finger her.
fight for it. You know, fight for
Wash
it.
your
That's what I would say.
hands.
Or at least give some sort of indication that you want to fight for it. So maybe you're unsure. Does she actually want space? Does she not? I don't know. There's no harm in simply saying, I'll give you space, but I don't want to just let you walk away. Like
If it seems out of the blue, inquire, ask.
uh-huh.
If you feel like there's something that you
Is there
possibly
something I can
done
do?
or something that happened,
Did I do something?
yes, be like, is there something I can do? Can I do so? Like, did I do something? Is it something that I said or
Hey,
did?
I have no problem giving you space, but I would really like to fix this if it's something that I did.
Yes, yeah. If it has anything, be like, if it has anything to do with me, I would really appreciate if you would tell me and also not take your space so that we can like figure it out. But if it has nothing to do with you at all, and she literally is just like, I'm really busy with work this week. Also, I don't really like you that much. Give her the space.
Which, by the way, quick topic pivot related for the guys. If you're talking to a girl and it seems like she's into you and you're also into her and you're actively and intentionally interested in fostering the relationship, but you're super busy, maybe it's work, maybe you're a finance bro, or you've got travel coming up, or some crazy shit's going on with your family, like it takes like 10 seconds to just fire off a text like, yo, I got a bunch of shit going on, I'm thinking about you.
If they wanted to, they would. That's the issue, is that they don't want to. If they don't like you enough, they're not going to do that.
I know, but I'm just saying sometimes I think guys are, to the point you made earlier, they're so literal and they're so in the moment. Like sometimes guys are literally perceiving and reacting to what's happening right in front of them right now. And I do think there is that.
Why are they like that?
I don't know. And generally, I think it's true. I think the ultimate truth is yes, if he wanted to, he would. But I do think there is a small portion of men in some cases where they do want to, but they didn't for some dumb reason.
Wait, I actually saw this really funny Instagram where this guy literally was like, You know, the saying, if he wanted to, he would. Well, I want to, but I'm not gonna. You know?
I don't get that. I want to, but
if he wanted to, he would. He's like, oh, I want to, but I won't.
So that means
to prove a point, kind of.
Oh.
Or just to be like.
Is he trying to be funny?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if he wanted to, he would text, he would send you the text, he would, respond, and he was basically saying, yeah, no, I want to, I'm just not going to. Because of
that's kind of what I mean.
The game or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
So just don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
Don't do what?
Don't not. Like, do it. What? We're dancing around grammar. I'm saying you. Never mind.
I've been zoned out for the past 3 seconds. I don't know why I threw those onto my couch.
That was a choice. Okay.
I hope my feet don't stink. You smell? No? They don't smell right.
When you kick them immediately, I don't smell at all. They smell like new shoe.
Perfect. Okay.
There's just a
little sweat.
Just a dash of foot. Mm-hmm. But they are feet.
They sure are feet.
By the way, on the topic of feet,
that's a baby.
Don't you would you agree that a guy can think you have hot feet but not be into feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, all right. I just needed a little bit of validation there.
Yeah, you could have I feel like feet almost add to a woman's appeal at times. But you don't have to be you don't have to be like a foot guy where you're stuffing toes.
There's something so intimate and delicate and vulnerable about feet.
About women's feet.
Yeah.
Little tiny women's feet.
Because it's
white nail polish. Some say it's slutty. Some say it's slutty.
French tips. I do not know how to act around French tips.
French tip feet nails?
Both.
Or French tip fingers?
Well, not so much French tip fingers because I'm just into any done nail. But French tip toes, I'm out. I'm done.
Interesting.
And it's, once again, I'm not a foot guy. Mm-hmm. It's just if you have nice feet.
Did the lawyer have French tips?
They were taken care of, whatever they were. I don't think they were French tips.
I actually need a pedicure.
I'll be honest, I wasn't really looking at her feet.
You were looking at those titties.
I was looking at that pearl.
And that pussy. The
Oh, I can't do that.
We're sick. We're sick puppies,
sick.
These two.
I am a sick feral
These
creature.
are some 2 sick puppies, and we shouldn't be allowed to have a podcast. We're talking about getting naked in the public, for the Instagram followers. Yep. Alex is going to jerk off onto the camera.
Nope, we didn't go that far. Maybe like 10 million.
10 million followers. Alex will jerk off on camera.
That is outlandish.
I don't think 10 million followers is possible.
What do you mean?
The only people that have over that many followers are celebrities.
That's what I'm saying. There's not 10 million people that would follow me. You know what would be so ruthless? If we got 10 million followers and then I jerked off on camera and then the next morning we had 10,000. Everyone was like, all right, I saw it. And they just unfollowed.
You probably.
I would not. Oh. Thanks for just wishing me away. Oh, well, looks like you're going to go.
No, I wouldn't let you.
You kind of need to kill yourself to make this look good.
Not without me, though. Wait for me. We could jump together, holding hands.
Unalive ourselves. That's what you have to say on social media.
Oh yeah, unalive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
just
got
like you
dark
have to say
quickly. Segs. On the topic of communication.
You want to go to the love bombing topic?
I would love to. I'm trying to think which would segue better into the ghosting one too. I want to initiate, but I'm wondering what. Okay, let's do the love bombing first. If you are love bombing somebody, are you aware that you are love bombing them? Are you, or more? Okay, this is a better question because no, obviously they're not, right? Unless you're an actual manipulative person,
I feel like if you are, you are.
What do you mean?
Like if you like most people aren't aware that they're love bombing, except the ones that are, like, they're just psychos. Like,
Right. They're manipulative, like psychopaths, right? But I feel like people that have love bomby tendencies, and you know that it's a pattern that you have where you'll be like really into somebody, give them a lot of attention, and then you get like kind of bored or sick of them, or you get icked out very quickly and easily, but you like were with them every single day leading up to a point. Like, are you aware that you are doing that? And are you also aware that you are like fucking with people and hurting them? I'm not bitter, but I'm genuinely curious if you have done that before, or if you've been called a love bomber before.
I've been called a love bomber before.
Okay, then answer my question.
I feel like I was aware the extent of my behavior, but I didn't associate it with love bombing because I had not yet come to the conclusion that there was going to be some sort of abrupt end. I feel like that's the danger with love bombing for some people who do it unintentionally or not maliciously. They're doing it because they're just excited. They're
You know
like
who you are.
They're like a little kid, and
You know, yeah, but it sucks because you're like, oh my god, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. This person is obsessed with me.
I'm not justifying it.
Awesome.
I'm just saying it's like the analogy. Like the analogy I would use is like a little kid. Like you give a little kid a new toy, and it's the greatest thing ever, and they play with it for weeks and weeks, and it's just amazing. And then they get another new toy, and now that's their focus. And it's like they didn't know they were going to get the second new toy. But then once they got the second new toy, they were like, fuck.
So you think that there's another then?
Okay, maybe that was a bad analogy because I didn't necessarily mean that in the sense of... No, that's not what I meant
I'm
then.
still not over him. How long has it been? 2.5 weeks? I'm still hoping he texts me every single day. Isn't that's pathetic?
No, I don't think that's necessarily pathetic. Because what are you hoping?
I don't know, because me and my shrink both confirmed and agreed that he's not the one.
Yeah, so I don't think it's pathetic because
I still am hoping
upon confirming that, my hypothesis would be you're hoping that he texts you because a text completes that piece of the puzzle of, I don't understand how this could have happened.
Yeah.
The text gives you the validation of like, oh, it didn't just dissipate into nothingness randomly forever, never again. Like, oh, I got a text now.
Yeah, yes, correct. But also, I miss him a lot.
Well, but why is that pathetic? Just because you have feelings? Like...
Because he was able to like just quit it and like
give yourselves a break
ghost without any hesitation, or like he was able to just
just
do it. So
vulnerable.
why can't like he was more into it than I was at one point.
But is it a competition?
No, but it's just like I'm comparing feelings.
Sure.
So it's just like if we were at the same level of feeling, how can the outcome be so vastly different?
Honestly, like hot take, but I would rather be you. I would rather have the...
But he's like fully in control of what he's doing. He knows what he's doing is wrong. Like if you're ghosting somebody, actively ghosting somebody, know what you're doing is wrong.
But this is what I'm saying. You're experiencing upsettedness that you are conscious of. What I'm saying is that all the feelings that you're feeling, you're conscious of, you're reflective, and you're discussing them with other people, your friends like me and your therapist. He, in this situation, I would bet has some deeper issue that he's just burying. And I've been in the bury mode, and one day or another, that shit comes back up to the surface, and it is not pretty. I would rather just... I mean,
your horrible behavior in the situation where you love
be
bombed somebody, became exclusive with them, and then ghosted them 48 hours later. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying. Like
crazy behavior.
To be capable of doing that means there's something going on with you that what I'm trying to say is being able to do that to someone means that there's something happening inside of you that I think is worse than feeling the way you're feeling. I would rather feel the way you're feeling than be the type of psychological flavor that
They just don't give a fuck. That's the flavor.
And I think that's not
But they
great.
don't care. I mean, it's not great in terms of like humanity, right? In terms of a person being a valuable
So what it
individual,
sounds to me like you kind of want is justice almost.
Justice.
In a way. Yeah, because what you're saying is if he texts you, then it's like there's a little bit of a concession of, oh, he didn't just completely not give a fuck forever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like he did give a little bit of a fuck to
or still cares, right?
Yeah.
Correct. That's all I wanted because it almost feels like everything's a lie up until
right.
that.
Right.
Right. But it wasn't because I mean maybe it was, but no. Like spend so much time with somebody, know if they're lying or about how they're feeling.
But there could be so many things. I mean, go back to your silly example of the reel you watched where the guy was like, I want to, but I won't. Like, what if, even though it sounds so psychotic, what if multiple times in the past 3 weeks he's been laying in his bed awake at night thinking about you, but you would never know that because he didn't text you? That's also perfectly possible. You could be dominating thought share in his mind and you just wouldn't know because he's not communicating.
Because, I mean, from what I gained, like, what I know or knew about him, he would, like, he acts on feeling.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
And that's why he was
I'm just saying, guys are masters of burying shit and, like, repressing shit and almost being so quick to recognize they're conscious about something that they push it to their subconscious. Okay, anyway, your friend gave us a topic.
Yeah, and I was just really happy about it. He said that he went on a date with a girl, and she's like 30 years old because I had asked after he told me. I was like, how old is she?
And he is?
He's my age.
Oh, okay. So same age,
we went to high school together. Well, we didn't go to high school together, but we were friends in high school. So we've known each other for a very long time. And he was like...
No, I'm just kidding. We're not that old.
we're old, man.
We're getting old.
Oh my God, the stupid lipstick stain. So he was like, yeah, I went on this date with this girl and I thought it went great. He was like, I was like smitten. I thought that the vibe from her was great. And after the date, I never heard from her again.
Did he text her?
No.
Like,
so
here
is the thing though. So they went on a date, but they set it up via Hinge. He gave her his number, but she did not text him. So the date was set up just through Hinge message. Right. And then after the date, she showed up, but after the date, he never heard from her and was completely ghosted.
Did she unmatch?
I did not ask that. I don't believe so.
I'd be curious.
Or else I think he would have added that. Yeah, but I was like, oh my God, she just go, like, how old is she? And he was like, she's 30. And I was like, damn. And he's like, I was just so confused because I thought it went so well. He's like, we didn't like kiss or anything after, but like, I just, the vibe, when the vibes are there and you just like, you feel like you really get along with somebody and then all of a sudden you don't hear from them. It's very confusing and it's disheartening and it makes you like question everything and think about it. And I've been there and I've been ghosted. Like
some people just
actively being ghosted as we speak, and
some people just don't want to deal with
the confrontation
of it. I'm more surprised that it came from the girl's end. Now, maybe this is me being like my empathetic Superman complex self, but I will say I feel like men have more of an inclination to ghost because if I send you the text of like, hey, I had a really nice time, but I'm just not feeling it with you, are you going to get all insecure and sad? Whereas I think the assumption is if a girl texts a guy, oh, hey, I had a nice time, but I'm not feeling it, the guy will just be like, well, okay. Like,
interesting.
Sad, but whatever. And I'm saying that it's a stereotype. I don't think it's actually true, but it's more the stereotype of like guys aren't as emotional.
Won't do that. Is that why guys will ghost because they don't want to have to say that to you?
I know
you.
I've considered
do you ghost.
No, I don't ghost, but I've considered ghosting before because I felt like sending that I'm not feeling with you text would make them very insecure. And I was like, damn, this girl's nice. Like, because that's the problem. Like, the problem is, as a guy, if I send you a text saying, like, you're a great girl, I had a really fun time, I'm just not feeling it with you, in my head, the first thing I'm thinking you're going to think is, if I'm such a great girl and you had such a fun time, then why are you
ghosting me? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would think that because I'm an insecure little bitch.
So then it's like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say that
I just would like
I'm just not that attractive to you? Do you want me to say that, like, I just don't think you're the one? Do you want me to say that, like, I just didn't have
really
like
no
a
right
voracious...
thing to say.
Exactly.
This is the thing, though. You don't.
But I'm not validating ghosting.
No, please don't. I'm just saying, guys. If you're past, this is what I was thinking. If you're past the age of 25, when your frontal cortex is like fully developed, if you're past that age, please stop ghosting people and leaving them like sad and confused. It's not nice. It's not good for their confidence. Yeah. It leaves them just questioning and wondering, and then it makes them like kind of avoid
How about
going
this?
On dates.
Would you agree? Let me ask you this question, and I'm also asking you, the viewer, the audience. If you went on a date with someone, and instead of ghosting after they sent you that "I'm not feeling it" text, so you have now checked. They have now checked the box that they didn't ghost you because they sent that text, and then you responded prying, asking for more feedback. However you responded. You essentially respond back with another question, we'll call it. How do you react if then they stop responding? Like, is it enough to just...
That's okay. I feel like it's not as bad as then just being ghosted.
Because the point I'm trying to make to the viewership, guys particularly, but also girls, is I feel like as long as you send that one text, even if they're still beating down your door, like you're kind of in the clear. You're kind of in the clear. Yeah.
I agree. Because you don't owe them an explanation. You don't have to like the person you go on a date with, and you don't have to be attracted to every single person that you go on a date with. Some people look different than they do on the app than they do in person, but...
Or you just don't get the vibe.
And...
It's very... I've learned...
easy, and it's so... It's not like you're saying to their face, like, I am not attracted to you. You can, like, behind the phone, in a text, it's so impersonal, really. It's like, you can literally send that and then fucking block them. But as long as you send that, and I know people are always scared of, like, the pushback that they're going to get. You don't have to respond to the pushback, like Alex said.
Also,
also, don't push back. Just accept it. True. If somebody is at least giving you the grace of sending you a text message as opposed to ghosting, especially if they kind of felt like you liked them more than they liked you, and they're being nice enough to recognize that might be a thing, and to avoid any hurt or any chance of leading them on by sending you a text message, like, just accept it and take it. And it's fine to ask for feedback. Like, it's fine to be like, okay, well, why? Right? Because you want to know why. That's human nature.
Agreed.
But it makes it, like, harder for somebody, because that's kind of like what they're dreading, is that pushback. Yeah. Because I
think the pushback and the follow-up is almost
why people ghost?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. People are scared of that because they don't want to have to explain, like, hey, I'm just not very attracted to you. We don't want to explain that. But I think that there's a way around it to where you can kind of, like...
Also, I feel like, too, another thing that I've been thinking about on this topic, it's very nice and sweet and genuine and wonderful and empathetic to have the train of thought of, man, I'm really not looking forward to sending this text because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but in the nicest way possible. And this comes from a really sincere perspective, because I have a superhero complex, and I've literally dated people just because I want to, like, show them that they can be happy, and not because I actually like them. It is not your responsibility to have any, like, claim or involvement in someone's security or insecurity. And what I mean by that is, if you send the "I'm just not that into you" text message, and then the person who is receiving it spirals into some fit of insecure sadness, that's a bummer. And I'm sure no one wants that. But, like, at a certain point, that person shouldn't be deriving their own validation from the way you think about them. And what I mean by that is if I went on a first date with someone and the girl after sent me a text and was like, hey, I'm just not that into you, I'm just not feeling it, of course, a little part of me would be bummed, and maybe I would wonder, was it something I said, something I did, whatever. But I'm not anchoring my self-worth and my identity to the fact that this one person didn't think I was Mr. Perfect. Like, I'm going to shake it off. I'm going to wake up the next day and I'm going to...
And you learn that through maturing.
True.
Unfortunately. Like,
it's like
I
the
used to ghost
teeniest
people.
bit of healthy arrogance.
I used to
ghost. Teeniest bit.
I used to block people. Like, so that they wouldn't have... So if they kept texting me, like, they couldn't because they were blocked. And I didn't have to, like, keep feeling like I was ghosting them if I just blocked off all... that's what I used to do. But then, you literally mature and you start to, like, hey, like, this is really shitty to do, because then it starts to happen to you and you're like, wow, this fucking feels horrible. Like, let me stop doing this to people. And there was like a stint of time where I like had went on like 3 dates in a row, and all 3 of them I just like was not feeling it at all. And it was so easy. It was like literally I just had like an awakening of like, let me just text all these people that I kind of left on like delivered for a few days and just tell them that I'm not feeling it and why. And it's like a weight lifts. It feels like a weight has lifted off of you, because there's so much guilt that comes with ghosting somebody, because you know that they're wondering, especially if they keep reaching out and you're not answering, like that feels like fucking shit. So it's just so much easier to just be clear and transparent and just like, you can just make it up. It could be something that's completely unrelated to the reason why you're not interested in them anymore. It like for me, it could be like, let them down easy. Like say something like, I just didn't really align with what you said about, politics. I don't know. That's always an easy one.
Don't talk about that on the first date. How much time?
Don't talk about it on the first date.
6 minutes.
But politics is that's like what I used as an excuse for one.
No, I'm not saying it's not a good excuse. I was just making a joke.
I actually mentioned this on a previous podcast. If you do reach out to somebody and tell them that you're not feeling it, and then they ask why, again, like Alex said, you're not inclined to respond. But if you do, sometimes it's nice to, let me just give them a little bit of constructive feedback.
Yep.
And then you give them the constructive feedback, and then they start arguing with you. Don't let that discourage you, okay? That's a them problem. That's not a you problem, because that did happen to me. I was trying to be nice and let this guy down, and he asked why, and I gave him the why, and then he said, okay, that's dumb.
Yeah.
But, like, why? So why are you asking me?
And also, on the flip side, too, if you know you're being ghosted, I feel like at a certain point, you just got to eat it. Like, it's not
confusing
worth...
Sometimes I feel like we convince ourselves that we're not being ghosted, and there's, like... You'll make excuses for them
I
not
got
reaching
ghosted
out.
Recently.
By who?
By the one that you didn't like. Yeah. But it was a soft ghost, and what I mean by that is we had started talking about when we could see each other again, and I had brought up the fact that I have a lot of travel coming up in June and July, and there might be up to an 8-week stretch where I couldn't see her, and she was basically like, I'm confused why you told me that you're in the market for a serious relationship when you aren't going to be able to see me for 2 months. And my comment back to her was, I feel like if someone is worth it, you make it work. I've been capable of long distance relationships. I think if there's potential here, yes, eight weeks is a fair bit of time, but like that's peanuts compared to the rest of your life. I feel like we should be able to make that work. And she just never responded to the text. And a day turned into 3 days, turned into 10 days, turned into 2 weeks, whatever. No, I haven't. And part of me wants to, not so much to be like, are you still on the fence, but more so to be like, hey, I get the message, like I wish you well. No. But also part of me is like, I got the message. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it.
She seems a little bitter, like a little bitter woman.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. 4 minutes.
But just don't ghost, okay? If anybody watches this, like, please, for the love of God, the only message I have is just don't ghost somebody. Just send a text message. make shit up, but don't leave them confused and wondering and like.
But also, like, be short and
they're posting
sweet.
stories, and they're viewing to see if you're viewing the story, and you're viewing the story, but you're actively ghosting them. But you are viewing their story, and you're liking their story, or you're responding to them. That's always confusing.
But wouldn't you agree?
I've been ghosted with guys still like liking my.
But wouldn't you agree too? Like, if you're gonna not ghost, good. If you're gonna send the "I'm not into you" text, good. Like, make it short and sweet. Don't fucking ramble. Like, oh, and I just, it was kind of this, and I don't know about this, and what about, like...
I ramble. I feel like the more specific you are, the easier it is for them to, like, not argue back with you and just be like, okay, no worries.
Specific is different than rambling, though. I feel like from a guy's perspective, it almost makes me look pathetic if I'm like, oh, it's just like, you're a really good girl, but like I'm traveling a lot, and like I don't know how I feel about this.
Besides, if you're not attracted to them, don't say that. I feel like people take their own looks and their attraction. It's like very important to everybody. Agreed. I would say, right? I don't know.
I would definitely say if the reason why you aren't interested in them is because of the way they look, make something else up. Or just like. Just say it's not going to work out. Say? Just say you think that they're a nice person and you had a good time, but like you don't think that think that they're the one, and you're trying to be intentional about your time and you don't want to waste theirs or yours, and
I've said that before too. I've said that like the spark isn't there. That's always a good one. The spark isn't there.
Like, to your point, you don't really. I feel like the only thing you really owe someone.
Yeah, you don't really.
If anything, is just to say, I don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
And then once you say that...
it still leaves too many questions. I feel like you need to give them a reason of why you don't think it's going to work out, or else they're just going to be like, well, why? But the reason can be
fairly general. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Answer our questions.
Yep. Answer our questions, please.
Subscribe and follow.
And remember, if you follow us, Alex will show his pee-pee.